Hey guys, you're in my church where I pastor and preach. And as again I mentioned, I'm a pastor in South Alabama in the town of Jackson, and small town located in the southwest part of the state. Anyway, glad you're here. Just looking at myself on this camera. I think I need to clean up the beard a little bit. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are tracking along with the class. Just want to remind everybody to stay on task for the week. You've got some lectures to watch and some material to go over. Had a couple questions about reading and page numbers. I wanted to just clarify. The best thing to do is to read in your book read in the Polhill book up through the chapter that the lectures will cover for that week, if that makes sense. And I want to pose a question to you. I'll post this also in a forum. What do you think about Acts chapter 1 and the replacement of Judas with Matthias? It's a very interesting time in the life of the early church. I have some ideas about why I think that happens. I know that you're a professor. The lecture professor has some thoughts and has provided some worksheets in the PDFs for this week's material. So I'd like for you to interact a little bit with that question for you to form your own opinion. Why was Judas replaced? Is it true that the Old Testament predicted the death of Judas and the replacement of Judas with Matthias? Or are the apostles just cherry-picking pieces of the Old Testament to justify the words of Christ in the Gospel of Luke and the idea that there has to be 12 in order for the 12 thrones that Jesus mentioned in the Gospel, the 12 thrones of judgment? Are they just trying to make Jesus right, or is this a legitimate practice? It's not an easy question, and I think you'll enjoy thinking about it carefully. Our professor has provided some PDFs for you to look at and to think through. I'm curious to see what you think about that content. Again, I have my own voice and opinion. I'm looking forward to see what you think. Also, just below this video link in our Moodle website is a little video that I've linked to from Tim Keller. Some of you know Tim Keller. Tim Keller is a pastor in New York and New York City, and is responsible for really a part of a church planting movement. And I know some of you are interested in overseas missions, and some of you are interested in planting churches. Some of you are in churches now. And if we watch the early church in Acts chapters 1 through 4, really it explodes at a rapid rate. And a lot of new churches are beginning to crop up. And it's important, I think, for us to learn what life was like then, how we can imitate the growth and the passion and the mission of the early church as it was beginning. And so watch this video. It's 4 minutes long, that's all, on missional churches by Tim Keller. I hope you'll enjoy it. At least get your thoughts thinking about that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. We're working our way through, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.